that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Going hard to the rack.
At this stage of the game, you want to be aggressive and get the other guys on their heels.
To stand multiple defensive selections for Bam.
Well, look, Kevin, Bam Adebayo has three key things for a defender. All right? He is smart, he is tough, and he is very, very versatile. He can guard virtually everyone on the floor at a given time.
What an injection. Allen standing tall. That's how you protect the rim.
Norman Powell, first personal foul. First team foul.
First free throws of this.
At the
And one
line
of
for
the
the
highlights
Cavaliers.
on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the WNBA teams that folded back in 2003. Soon back on stage after a 46-year hiatus.
When he's not on the perimeter, this is what Rockers scoring. Right near the hoop.
Harden gets the bucket.
James
And
Harden.
the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Adebayo. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the
First personal
contact.
foul.
It's on Jared Allen.
First team
Great
foul.
possession. When they get it to
Now at
Bam
the line,
inside, good
Bam
things happen.
Adebayo.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
And the first one drops.
I don't know any coach who wouldn't love to have a Bam Adebayo. His versatility and commitment to the game are just outstanding.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation, and this summer they
Assist
went out and
from
got just that,
Williams.
acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star
Timeout
caliber season
called
with the
for the Heat.
Clippers, and doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A terrific addition. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. And some changes here for the Heat. Khalil Ware comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Andrew Wiggins is subject to Norman Powell. A switch here also for Cleveland. Tyson's check in. Hero, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 6. To the paint. And slammed in by Williams.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attack.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Miami ball.
Moving it now for Cleveland.
Substitution on the
T. comes
court.
in for... Now Cleveland shooting impressively throughout at 62%. You got Ani Jaquez. Norman Powell is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Wiggins in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Last outing from Miami, it was a loss to the Trailblazers. Here's Hero. Good, nice job down low. Hero's got his first 2 points of the night.
And how about Harrell's body control? Capable of still scoring even when the defense ups the ante in terms of physicality.
Now here's Wade. No scoring in this one. Williams. And it's blocked and erased by Powell. A shot by Harden, wide open. And the Cavaliers with another 3.
And that time, converting off the catch. Harden showing a little bit of everything tonight.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. The Miami Heat's head coach Eric Spoelstra talked said, you have to try to take control of the game, set the tone, and play consistently throughout.
James
Everybody's
Harden.
trying to do the same thing. It's who can impose their will longer than the other team. Back to you guys.
He knows his stuff. Thank you for the report. Here's Adebayo. James Harden picking up that last basket. Hawkins with the ball. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Wiggins from outside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. You know, Wiggins affects the game, Coach, in a number of ways. And let's begin by talking about his defense.
Great place to start with Wiggins, Kevin, because I think that's the strength of his game. He is long. He can really move his feet. He's got great discipline and focus. And the biggest thing you can have in any defender, he's got great want to. This guy wants to go out and make it tough on the best players in the game.
Here's Harden after the made shot from Norman Gill.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring, but let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
He takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, he brings the heat. Hero giving the people what they came to see.
Mr. Williams over Wiggins. The shot by Williams, no good.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Here's Mitchell. Mitchell
Donovan
glides
Mitchell.
in at the other end.
And understanding where to run to in transition. Mitchell is very opportunistic when the break is on.
Oh, here's Wiggins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And we finished one half of
At the end of the
basketball.
first half with a score, Miami 33, the Cavaliers 42.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game. He's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if we're able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. The rim protectors standing tall for him, Mobley and Allen. Harden out there with Mitchell, and it's Williams at the three, the small forward.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Now, here's Adebayo. In the corner, Powell with it. Mitchell outside. Back to Powell. Just 5 on the clock. And he lays it straight in. Powell's got 9.
Well, I'll tell you, Powell can score just about any way he needs to. Contact does not bother him.
Williams with a clean look. Offline with his 3. The Heat trail by 4. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Cavaliers ball.
And GA, we've had some great left-handed players in this league. You being one of them. But that being said, give me your top 3 all-time left-handers.
Oh, man, it is so hard, Kevin. I mean, I immediately think of the great Bill Russell in the front court. Also, the average Lanier is another terrific player. From guards, how about you? Tiny Archibald, James Harden. There's been a lot of terrific southpaws to play the game.
Here's Hawkins. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
Heat ball.
We'll get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. The Cavaliers, number 1.
Well, they allow the fewest points per game in the league. Sometimes that can be a factor of pace. But safe to say, when you're number 1, your team is elite at
James Harden will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Powell outside. Back to Mitchell. Opens it up for Adebayo. And so Miami turning it over. And last season, the Heat with their worst finish in a decade. Greg, it was surprising.
The Jimmy Butler saga over the middle part of the season. Team's best player had 1 foot out the door even before they traded him. So now this team pivots towards that younger core.
The Heat trail by 5. He's got 5. Count that one. Mitchell's got 7 points.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Harden the pass to Williams. Good. Assist that time.
3.
Harden's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
And there's the whistle.
Illegal
Illegal
screen
screen.
violation.
And not the
Referee
public
assault.
comment call.
Substitute.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. Rebound, Jaime Jaquez. Tyler Hero. Then there's Powell. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 down low. It's the group on the floor for Miami. There's Hero with the 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Hero's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Heat.
Who's watching here?
Harden kicks to Williams. And he hits the jump shot. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Powell against Mitchell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley.
Miami ball.
Here's Mitchell. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And that pick takes the beat totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to block and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
For 3, Williams in for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Well, he's making a concerted effort to use the three-point shot here in the second half. Only 1 in the first, 3 since the break.
Here's Mitchell. And another basket for Miami.
Listen, it's a team sport. But without him, this deficit would be a lot bigger.
Harden kicks to Williams. They get it again. Great D that time from Adebayo.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. Williams, that's good. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Cavaliers?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also, you've got to mention the block shots, playing hard on defense, not allowing shooters to get home.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, the activity that Dan plays with is special. He's always looking to grab an offensive rebound.
Harden the pass to Williams. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And now it's up to 25 points for Williams.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning,
Second
you
personal
can see
foul.
his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Now here's Harden for 3. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen.
Jarrett
That'll
Allen.
be his second foul of
Second
the game.
personal foul.
Here's Hero. And the Heat
timeout.
call time here.
Calls
MP's
timeout.
really making a difference here.
Well, shutting down his three-point production has to be top of mind for this coaching staff. A new defensive approach is a must.
Let's take a look now as we give our nod to our player of the game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here.
Who's watching him? Yo, yo, yo!
Mitchell on top. Loads it up for Adebayo. Excellent D there from Allen. Outside Williams. That's the free fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Three-pointer.
Williams has got 28.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Now here's Powell. And looks
That's
like
green.
the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That way.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here.
That's the end
to
of the
come into
game.
an opponent's building and dominate the way they did
Thanks,
tonight
fans,
says
for
that they
coming
bring
out
an
and
awful
rooting
lot
for
about
your
this
team.
team.
I guess
We ask that you please get home safely, and we look forward to seeing you again
Kevin,
soon.
just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. So long and good night, everyone.
Trenches with my partners, Kyle Skrilla. There's a curry. When I say it's up, then that means it's official. Hey, BK, that be my. I hang in the trenches with my partners, Kyle Skrilla. There's a curry. When I say it's up, then that means it's official. Curry the. I'm back in the building, I kick in the door and I bust up the ceiling. Y'all don't want it, I'm ready, I'm willing. You get him, I got him, I tell him, let's get it. Throw it East Coast on the front of my penny. Charlie just threw me some heat, I'ma send it. If Zell gotta finish him, then you'll be finished. I'm feeling like Juicy, I'm standing on beat. On the ground, Terminator. Talking to you player haters, what the f is up? All of my be known to get. You know me cause you know my gun. I'm out full of. Get salty, I'm him up. Insult the fist cause I just ain't a thug. I just wanna have a good time in the club. You don't want no problems, watch a movie for some drama. I'ma call my mama to say, hey yo mama. Northgate, we run this. Southgate, we run this. Lauderdale, Palm Beach, run this. In the bottom of the map where the folks don't go. Hey, laser. I hang in the trenches with my partners, Kyle Skrilla. There's a curry. When I say it's up, then that means official. Hey, BK, that be my. I hang in the trenches with my partners, Kyle Skrilla. There's a curry. When I say it's up, that means official.
Capping, not no criminal. Trying to tap in an asshole with a minimum. I really jerk out these rats in my denim. I think on some own feeling. There's a curry on the twin, try to pop out. We in the trenches and we got.
Rev up those engines because the track is back.
A new racetrack is installed every week, so get yourself to the checkered flag as fast as you can.
Time that turbo boost just right, and you might find 1 million BC racing to your account for the fastest time of the week.
And for the first time ever, matchmake with the 2K community, race with 2 of your friends.
Coming into Miami. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K. Look at Cleveland's starting group. The big men on the floor for them, Mobley and Allen. Harden out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for the Heat, they've got Powell. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Adebayo. And it's Mitchell. And it's Hero in at the shooting guard position. Certainly one of the most intriguing parts of a new season, Tim, seeing which rookies have hit the ground running, have picked up and not missed a beat. It's such a difficult adjustment, Kevin, when you get into this league and you see how fast things are happening, how big decisions, transition, speed. You know when to pass. Get through. It's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. There's the pass to Adebayo. Lays it up and banks it in. They're powering through the contact. Outside. And they call the foul.
Covered at the rim.
That kind of success. That one fall just about Donovan Mitchell's game.
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Now, here's Mitchell. After Tyler Hero's miss. Gets hauled in by Bam Adebayo. And here are the Heat now. It's a three-point game. Mitchell against Mitchell.
Mobley is one of the best defenders in the NBA. And when he's not blocking shots, he's altering them.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Lined up there for Allen. It's stolen by Adebayo. Powell outside. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots. Mitchell kicks to Williams. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Williams has got 7.
Oh, great pass by Mitchell. He can run your offense, slide over to the 2 as well, giving you some great backcourt.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Well, you never want to concede a game before you play it. That said, though, they were just overmatched.
And honestly, this is kind of what we expected. They ran up against a team with a very talented roster, and they just got overwhelmed. Williams gets the bucket. The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy. The Heat trail by 4. So, Greg, offensively for the Miami Heat, there is room for improvement. Miami no good on that time either. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Shots good by Mitchell.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Heat. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in the last game played.
That said, they were just overmatched.
And honestly, this is kind of what we expected. They ran up against a team with a very talented roster, and they just got overwhelmed. And here's Harden for 3. They get the rebound. That one drops.
Jarrett Allen.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Now, here's Mitchell. He has yet to score. Allen against Adebayo. Shot clock at 5. Near the 3-point line, it's Mitchell. And that one goes long. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. Fairly solid start for them. There's Williams with the 3. Yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. And another bucket for him. What a quarter he has had. 7-second difference shot and Adebayo throws it down. Just beautiful teamwork right there. Mitchell passes to Williams. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Powell. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages. Their success working inside and getting points from close range.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense.
Miami Heat 12, Cleveland 17.
And for those of you just tuning in a second.
Substitution on the court.
For Miami, Bam Adebayo is checked in for Khalil Ware. Jaime Jaquez comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Powell, he's checked in for Fontecchio. And it's Tyler Hero in for Davion Mitchell. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Jared Allen's checked in for Evan Mobley. Max Strus comes in for Wade. Williams is checked in for Mitchell. And James Harden subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. We've got Hero. Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Roman and Larson in at the small forward. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
And a large portion of Harden's shots come from the floor. And for good reason. He is an absolute sharpshooter.
Last year was the first All-Star appearance for Tyler Hero. Tim, he clearly is the pride in Milwaukee, one of the great high school players from that area.
Well, Kevin, he has finally put it all together and taken his game to the next level. Not just scoring, but also creating.
Here's Larson, defended by Strus. Not that long, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to just 7 on the bucket from Larson. Harden gets to Williams. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Powell, and it's sent back by Allen.
When attacking the rim, you have to account for Allen because he is more than willing to meet. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flank.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now, just trying to close it out.
Hero, no good.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
That one good for 2.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
They need this. No good on that one. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers.
With a score, Miami 25. The Cavaliers 39.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman.
This offense continues to find him in his sweet spots from deep.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. The rim protectors standing tall for him, Mobley and Allen. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Harden. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft cycle, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie reports on the sideline.
Before games, Jared Allen makes a point of fist bumping and connecting, not just with the teammates and coaches, but team staff, security, ball boys. He said it's showing everybody love. They're all a part of it. I'm getting them hyped for the game, and it gets me going too. Back to you.
All about that connection. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Mobley with the block.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be.
Donovan Mitchell
in the driver's seat.
assisted.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
Timeout called the Heat. People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, this supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
Khalil Ware's checked in for Miami. Andrew Wiggins comes in. Mitchell up top. Powell against Mitchell. And again, it's the Heat missing.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
Gets the three-pointer to
3
fall.
points.
Well, he's cooking with gas right now. He's got over half of his team's points, and he's showing no signs of letting up.
Ware finds Powell. Contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2.
Jarrett Allen.
This is his first
Second
free throw
personal
of the
foul.
game.
First
Gotta
team
admire
foul.
what he's been able to do at the free
Now
throw
at the
line this
line.
season. How about over 90%?
Wade, he's checked in for Jarrett Allen. Good on the second free throw. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Harden scanning the floor. Back to Williams. A 3 ball. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists tonight.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Mitchell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Second team
The Heat
foul.
shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Now at the line.
First one falls. So teams changing it up here.
Mitchell. 2.
And Mitchell drops them both. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Pass to Wade. Back to Mitchell. Fires it up. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Mitchell.
Assist from
Mitchell's
Donovan
got his
Mitchell.
4th assist in this one. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road split. Where Mitchell trying to find shot. Where, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Harden inside the 3-point line. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Pass to Fontecchio. Miami no good on that time either. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 17-5 run. Now Wade. Now Harden. 9 points in the game so far.
Miami foul.
And just so difficult
Larson.
to guard the beard
First personal
without
foul.
fouling. Hart
First
is
team
constantly
foul.
seeking out contact.
At the line
The
for the
Cavaliers shooting their
Cavaliers.
2nd and 3rd free throws
James
tonight.
Harden. 2.
First free throw is good.
Nearly impossible trying to guard Harden. He has it all. One of the best penetrators in our game.
Heroes checked in for Miami. And Cleveland with a change here too. Tyson's checked in. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And what's remarkable is how complete Harden's game is. Making shots or making passes. He can create points in a number of ways.
Hero passes to Larson. 5 to shoot. Misses the layup.
Those are the ones you definitely have to make. Sometimes there's just enough defense to make a miss.
3 seconds separate the shot clock in game. Harden outside. Shoots over Hero. Misses off the left iron.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Miami
That's just a
32.
great play on his part with the clock winding down.
And so it's Cleveland ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Yaka Jonas. He's out there with Smith. And it's Fontecchio in at the power forwards position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Pass to Jovic. Sinks the triple. Jovic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
When you can shoot over the top of people and hit a high percentage from out there, you are in rare company.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
Well, with the pace of this game, you don't want to leave anything to chance.
Gardner passes to Smith. Here's Jovic. Fires the three. And they recover it. Pass to Smith. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Passes to Allen. As we canvas the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Jarrett Allen.
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Boy, you've made a great list of guys right there, for sure. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Then for the Cavaliers, Mobley, he's checked in for Bryant. Williams comes in for Max Strus. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Keon Ellis. And you think about the balance of power between the conferences. How about this, Greg? In the last 26 years, there have only been 3 Eastern Conference teams favored to win the NBA Finals.
2011 Heat, the 2013 Heat, and then the 2024 Boston Celtics. So for those arguing for a top 16 seed in the playoffs, might be your go-to stat.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Floats it up for Adebayo. And it's sent back by Allen. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Clock at 6. Hero against Mitchell. Hero with the bucket on the assist by Mitchell. And it's 8 points for Tyler Hero.
From Davion Mitchell.
Mitchell against Schroeder. Williams outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Powell against Williams. On the money from 12 feet away.
Great opportunity, and he capitalizes.
The Cavaliers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They get into the break on a roll. Schroeder finds Williams. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Right side, Adebayo.
And the pass floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
Get up on Dennis.
Pass to Williams. Fires for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
3 points.
Schroeder's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. He'd have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Hero. Mitchell in the corner. And play stops. What looks to be a And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
And the Heat making a change here. Larson's checked in, and they pick up 2.
Assist goes to
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
We're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Williams.
And watching that last game, you could see the comfort zone he got into, just filling it up from all of the spots he loves.
Shooting
A
for
different look for
Cleveland.
Miami.
Dennis
Khalil Ware's
Schroeder.
checked in for Jaime Jaquez. Fontecchio's coming in for Norman Powell, and it's Mitchell. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in
That's
this
the end of the
one. A
game.
resounding victory for them. And
Thank you
Greg
for
in
coming
enemy
here and
territory
cheering on
goes.
your team.
That's exactly right, but with
Get
the
home
way
safe,
they
and
controlled
we
the
look forward to
game,
seeing you at
it
our
just
next event.
completely took the crowd out of it. That's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports.
Hey, see laser. I hang in the trenches with my partners, Kyle Skrilla. There's a Curry. When I say it's up, then that means it's official. Hey, BK, that be my. I hang in the trenches with my partners, Kyle Skrilla. There's a Curry. When I say it's up, then that means it's official. Curry, I'm back in the building, I kick in the door and I bust up the ceiling. Y'all.